Hi, Anne.
Hi, Rachel.
How are you?
Oh, I'm exhausted. We've been Zooming all morning we just finished 10 minutes ago. We're in the general manager search, so.
Well, thank you and good luck.
Yeah. It's a big task, but an important one.
Yep, absolutely.
Zoom.
Do you know when an announcement will be made?
Oh, it will be a little, hopefully not too long.
Okay.
We're in the process.
Okay.
You know how that goes.
Mm-hmm.
You've been through them before, both ends. So David Halbert is here as a mayoral, or can he? No, he can't be.
Well, now the county, they approved their appointments on Tuesday.
Oh, good.
So he will be attending as a county representative.
So it's the mayoral ones that need to be appointed.
Yeah, and I heard that they're having their meeting February 11th, I think. So hopefully we'll get appointments.
Okay, that's good because the next meeting's not until March. So good.
Exactly.
So how are you going with your search for a fellow employee?
I haven't.
Should I ask?
No, you should. I have an update. The county, for whatever reason, the process, there was a miscommunication in the process and I have to redo it. And the new target date now is April.
Best wishes, Rachel.
Thank you. Thank you. That's all I need to hear, you know.
You know, you just do what you can.
Yeah, exactly.
No point in feeling frustrated. Just do it again.
Just exactly. So there's no reason to fight anything. So
it's an old phrase, but don't fight City Hall unless you have to.
Exactly.
No.
Let me turn on my light.
Well, hopefully this should go efficiently. I'm supposed to give a phone meeting at 4, so then I'm going to be through for the day.
Yay. Yay. Let's hope everyone gets on here soon.
Well, I do too. At least our August leader, there's Glenn, so there we go.
Okay.
Hi, Ann. Hi, Ann.
Hi.
Hey, Glenn.
Hi, Rachel. Hi, Rachel. Okay. Oops. I got to bring up the agenda here. I got it. I just got to move it to a different screen. Why would it move? Come on. Oh, there it is. Okay. Okay. Hey, Rachel. Are we not supposed to do the? I know. I'm not trying to be. Are we supposed to do the Pledge of Allegiance, or is that just something that we dropped in Zoom? I don't know. I just have wondered about that.
We dropped it in Zoom. It's not required. It's it's up to the commission if we want.
Okay.
To continue.
All right. I just didn't know what.
It's kind of weird with the echoing from different people from different locations too.
Well, yeah, what I've seen people done is just they make you have to mute yourself and then you can
You
say
have
it
to-
say it
You have to
silently.
mouth the words.
Yeah, just mouth the words. I don't know.
I think in our hearts we're doing better than a lot of people have been doing back in Washington lately.
Yeah. I think what I'll say is I'll just acknowledge that, we do want to honor the Pledge of Allegiance, but it's
There we
a
go.
little bit difficult with Zoom. And so,
Very statesmanlike.
Yeah,
yeah.
however.
I approve.
Okay.
So Commissioner Johnson will be unable to attend, but Commissioner Halbert now, as the county member, should be joining. And Commissioner Von Heater Leopold, she confirmed. So we should have a quorum, and hopefully with Commissioner Miley, we will definitely be good to go.
Okay. The minimum.
The minimum.
The minimum. Hey, it's change over time.
Oh, we have, okay, good. Let's see.
Is it May when we select new officers?
Yes, yes. But for a vacant seat for the chair, we are required to appoint someone to the chair seat.
Well, I assume, maybe falsely, that Splend is willing to serve.
Yeah, we have a rotation that historically we've had a rotation.
Sure.
This is the public member. I can't remember. It was when I first was on, it was special district. Then it was.
Oh, don't worry about it.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember the rotation. It was special district, then.
I can't say it off the top of my head.
Yeah, there was a rotation. There was a rotation.
It's like city, county, then public.
Yeah, something like that. It was something like that.
I think you'll lead us through till we have an election. How's that?
Okay, that sounds fair.
That sounds fair and easy.
Election of what, though?
Oh, hey, I'm not going to go there.
Yeah, the only election I want to participate in is, do I want white or red wine? That's the only election I want to participate in.
Not bad.
You've become a minimalist.
Yeah.
That's not
I guess
bad.
that's a C-lection, not a election. Hi, Andrew. Hi, Georgine.
Happy New Year.
There's Georgine.
Happy New Year, guys.
Rising out of the northern lights.
Yeah, she's at Northern Lights behind her.
As soon as I figure out how to do it, I'll end up with DSRC behind me.
Oh, yeah.
It reminds me of some movie I've seen with the ghosts coming up in the path. Hopefully not.
Maybe it's Ghostbusters. Isn't that?
Well, there's some parts of the country that could use Ghostbusters.
Mhm.
Lynn, do you have a guy by the name of John Acuna working for you?
Who? John? Say it again?
Acuna?
Mm-mm.
No?
That sounds familiar.
Okay.
There isn't a Cunha who's like an estate planner in Walnut Creek, I think. But I think his name's Frank Acuna, I think.
Yeah, you're right. It is. I've been to seminars. It is. But this was John.
Yeah. So how Rachel, just curiosity, how we doing on the clerk and any other hiring news?
I have an update I'll provide in the executive office.
Okay, all right, okay. Yes, any news?
Do we just need one more person to have a quorum?
Yeah.
Yes. So I will be contacting right now Austin Bruckner, Commissioner Miley's scheduler, just to double check.
Okay, because that We know the mayors can't be here.
They're working on it. As I talked to Warner this morning, they're working on it.
Oh, I'm sure. I think it has to go up at the next mayor's conference. I'm tired of sitting in front of my computer.
Well, I just had to leave a CASA meeting. Maybe I ought to go back.
I don't want to go back to any other meeting. I've been in it all day.
Well, it's just that it was the executive director's annual review, so. I'm sorry, I'm eating my lunch.
Feel free. I just finished at the end of the last meeting in Apple. I said, I've got another meeting coming
I'll
up.
be listening to you. I'm just going to walk over to the copier and pick something up.
Okay.
I can do that.
Hey, as the chair, you have total free will.
No, I have a headset that I can move around with.
Okay. It just means you're constantly captured.
Headset would be so nice. Nobody around, of course, nobody's here but me and the dog, but.
Well, the dog is not too communicative.
Pardon?
Your dog is not too communicative. Been watching television, what is it, Good Morning America, where this one woman has a dog, and she must love it when it comes on the screen because she feeds him little goodies all through the whole thing.
Oh, geez.
How to keep your dog quiet, huh?
Well, unfortunately, my dog is like a super watchdog. So she barks when people across the street slam their car door. So I usually have to keep myself on mute. Otherwise, you guys would listen to dog barking.
Oh, well. C'est la vie.
Yeah, she thinks she's in charge of the neighborhood security.
Well,
Neighborhood
dogs,
watchdog, literally a neighborhood watchdog.
Yep.
dogs do help. My sister lived in a part of Houston that was a nice section, but everybody around her had minor little problems with being broken in. But she had a very loud indoor dog, and they never came in. It was worth it.
That's what's nice about my dog. She sounds like a Rottweiler when she barks. Till you look at her. She's a little white fluffy dog.
Yeah,
It's hilarious. But
it's the loudness that does it.
Yeah.
Hey, Andrew,
Yes.
if one of the supervisors joins us and we have a quorum and then one leaves, do we lose a quorum or can we move forward?
You couldn't take any actions.
You cannot take any action.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, I just texted Halbert and just said, just goddamn log in. You know?
Commissioner Halbert did say he would be attending. I contacted his chief of staff, so hopefully he will be joining very soon.
Has he officially been appointed as one of the supervisors?
He has now been officially appointed as a supervisor and as the LAFCO county member.
Good.
I know he got sworn in last Sunday, but I hadn't seen anything in the news about appointments to any of the commissions, actually, but I would assume he'll just sort of step into most of Scott's.
No, I could tell you the list. They did it on Tuesday or Wednesday, I think.
Okay.
Hold on, I gotta find it. Sean sent me the list. Hold on, let me find it. I deleted it, so.
We'll soon know. How's that?
Yeah, I just give me a second. Sean. Okay, so he's on LAFCO, the Oakland JPA, which is the Coliseum, Bay Area Air Quality Management District, ACTC, LAFTA, Valley Link Rail Authority, EBRSC, which I don't know what that is. ABAG, he's an alternate, and stopwaste.org. Alameda County, he's for the supervisor committees, he's on transportation planning and contracting and procurement.
See, how do they have time to get any work done? All he does is go to committee meetings.
Well, it's a full-time job.
Yep.
It is. And some of it cantankerous. Just possibly.
I'm glad he's young. Grr.
Okay.
You've got to appreciate that Zooming is safer than real meetings these days.
Yeah, definitely. And I don't have to put shoes on. I'm probably not going to fit into any of my shoes anymore.
Oh, here comes Commissioner Halbert.
Yay, he's our star.
How to get a whale, I received. I'm ready for you.
And let's see.
If he's in Pleasanton, though, his office is lousy reception.
Commissioner Halbert, I can permit you to talk. I can ask you to unmute, but for some reason I can't move you to the panel right now.
Hello, can you hear me now?
Yes,
Yeah.
Commissioner.
Okay, I'll listen in, and if you need me, don't hesitate to ask.
Thank
Just
you.
just make sure. We need to make sure you're there, right, Andrew?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
I'm here.
So all right. So let's. It is 2:12, 2:13. Let's call the meeting to order. This is the regular meeting of the Alameda County Local Agency Formation Commission. And Rachel, if you could do a roll call.
Absolutely. So just before I do roll, I didn't have this item on the agenda, but I want to welcome Commissioner David Halbert now as our new county member on LAFCO. So welcome back, but you're coming to a new seat, so congratulations on that. And with roll,
Thank you.
and with roll, I'll begin with Vice Chair Splendorio.
Here.
Commissioner Miley is absent. Commissioner Wieskamp
Here.
and Commissioner Johnson is absent. And we have Commissioner Von Heater Leopold.
Here.
And we have Commissioner David Halbert.
Here, and Miley is on the way, I believe.
Oh,
She
okay.
just left another meeting.
Okay, great. And with that, I want the record to reflect that we took roll and we have a quorum.
All right, thank you very much, Rachel. I would like to note for the record that typically, if you're in person, we would stand and pledge allegiance to the flag. We'll dispense with that because it seems to be that we're on Zoom, that we would all be talking and echoing each other in our headsets. So let's move on to public comment. This is an opportunity when anyone from the audience may address the commission on any matter not listed on our agenda and within the jurisdiction of this commission. The commission cannot act upon any matters that may be public may comment upon, and you're limited to 3 minutes. Do we have any public comment speakers?
I do not see any members from the public wish to comment, Vice Chair.
All right, thank you very much. Let's move on to consent items. We have approval of our minutes from November 12th, 2020, and the budget update for fiscal year 20 to 21 and the second quarter report. Unless there are some reasons to
Move
remove this.
approve.
Second.
That'd be Halbert moved and Wieskamp seconded. Do we have to do a roll call vote, Rachel?
Yes, we will. And so I will begin with Vice Chair Splendorio.
Yes.
And then we have Commissioner Von Heater-Leopold.
Yes.
And we moved with Commissioner Wieskamp
Yes.
and Commissioner Halbert.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Thank you very much. Let's move on to item number 5, which is a out-of-area service agreement to the City of Hayward. Rachel, staff report, please.
Thank you. So the proposal before the commission was submitted by the City of Hayward seeking approval to extend public water services out of its jurisdictional boundary to one affected lot along Fairview Avenue in Amex Court with the parcel identified number of 425-0280-00503. And this property is located in the unincorporated community of Fairview. Now, the primary purpose for the city to request this out-of-area service agreement for the property in question is to facilitate the extension of public water services. The water main extension will be paid for by the landowners of the affected territory, and the city states that they have sufficient capacity to serve the site. The affected territory resides within the Castle Homes area, and there was an agreement in 1984 between the City of Hayward and the Castle Homes Incorporated that requires the city to provide water services for approximately 800 acres to the Castle Homes area. Now, the city requires that the property owner sign a utility service agreement and public street improvement agreement that authorizes the construction and connection to water services. And this agreement is executed upon LAFCO approval, but it also serves as a pre-annexation agreement. The affected territory as proposed and based on the land use designation of rural estate density residential suggests that it cannot be further subdivided. And under Government Code Section 56133, this provides that LAFCO may authorize out-of-area service agreements only if the proposal to extend services to the affected territory is outside of the jurisdictional boundary but within the sphere of influence, or to outside the jurisdictional boundary and outside the sphere of influence, but in response to an existing documented threat to public health and safety. Now, for this out-of-area service agreement proposal, it follows number 1. It's outside of the city's jurisdictional boundary, but within the sphere of influence. The city indicates in its application that the annexation of the parcel is not feasible at this time due to lack of resident interest. In judgment of the circumstances presented, staff finds the proposed out-of-area service agreement approval warrants the city's request. The water services proposed will not facilitate a change of land use, nor will they promote or induce growth on the property or surrounding properties. Also, approval of this agreement will not facilitate the delivery of other types of municipal services or functions. Lastly, staff has determined the proposal is a project under CEQA with Alameda LAFCO serving as the lead agency, but it is exempt from further review under CEQA guidelines 15303 subsection D, given that the subject territories can only support one single family residence on each parcel. With that, staff recommends for the commission to adopt the draft resolution approving the out-of-area service agreement of the lot with parcel identified number 425-0280-00503 with the City of Hayward. But this is also a time for the commission to provide any terms or conditions as they see fit. And with that, I will return the item to the chair to open. We have to open the public hearing and receive any questions from the commission.
Okay, first, what I prefer to do is ask if there are any questions at this point of staff by the commissioners. I haven't heard any, so let me open the public hearing. Rachel, do we have anyone waiting I guess in the waiting room, or however you're handling it with Zoom, to speak on this item?
First, we would need a motion to open the public hearing.
Oh, okay, can I entertain a motion, please?
So moved.
That's Halbert,
Second,
second by Georgine von Leopold. Let's, all in favor? Oh, no, we have to do a roll call, right?
Right.
Okay, all right,
So I'll begin. Vice Chair Splendorio,
yes.
Commissioner Wieskamp,
Yes.
Commissioner von Leopold, and
Yes.
Commissioner Halbert.
Yes.
Thank you. So that motion to open the public hearing passed.
Okay, all right, so can we now move to anyone who is in the waiting room ready to comment on this item?
I do not see any hands raised.
Okay.
I had a comment, Commissioner. The paragraph 2 of the proposed resolution has a error. The executive officer indicated the CEQA exemption was under the guidelines, and the paragraph 2 indicates it's under the Public Resources Code. I'd recommend that reference be changed at the time of resolution adoption.
And what should it be, Andrew?
The guidelines, the CEQA guidelines.
Okay, so I've got it up here. Rachel, so this is on number 2 in the resolution?
Correct.
Okay, so at basically the last line.
Yes, the number's correct.
Okay, but it should be to the guidelines, not to the code section or the code.
Correct.
Okay, understood. Rachel, understood?
Yes, made a note of it. Thank you.
Okay, okay. Okay, do I need a motion to close the public hearing?
So move.
second,
That would be Wieskamp. And Georgine?
Yes.
Okay.
yes,
Roll call, please.
So Vice Chair Splendorio,
Yes.
Commissioner Wieskamp,
Yes.
Commissioner von Leopold,
yes,
and Commissioner Halbert.
Yes.
Thank you. That motion to close the public hearing passes.
Okay, public hearing is closed. Do we have any comments, any discussion, or can we entertain a motion?
So move.
Wieskamp moves.
Second.
Halbert seconds. Any further discussion? Okay, can we move on to a roll call vote, please?
Commissioner Wieskamp,
Yes.
Vice Chair Splendorio,
Yes.
Commissioner von Leopold,
yes,
and Commissioner Halbert.
Yeah.
The motion passes.
All right, well, thank you. And to be clear, that motion was for the staff recommendation with the change in the resolution noted by our council, correct?
Correct.
Okay. All right, let's we go back up to the agenda. Item number 6 is another out-of-area service agreement with the city of Pleasanton. Rachel, if you could have our report.
Thank you, Vice Chair. So Alameda LAFCO received a request from a landowner for approval of an out-of-area service agreement for wastewater services on December 8th of 2020 due to a failing on-site septic system. The service agreement states the connection of one contiguous unincorporated and developed single-family residence to the city's public wastewater system, and this property is located at 3608 Vine Street within the Reman Tract community. Staff coordinated with the city and issued an administrative approval on December 17th, allowing the city to provide temporary services to the affected territory. The approval was termed on the landowner filing a pre-annexation agreement with the city. The item is for the commission to make a temporary administrative approval by the executive officer permanent of an out-of-area service agreement between the affected territory and the city of Pleasanton. The commission has the opportunity to include terms and conditions to the out-of-area service agreement that were not included in the administrative approval and provide direction in processing these types of requests going forward. The permanent approval of the temporary service agreement serves to formalize the approval under statute and clarifies the commission's interest in the executive officer administratively processing future requests similarly. And this was an emergency given that I met with the landowner and they were very worried about kind of the rainy season starting, and they had an on-site septic system that was failing and they were worried that it would collapse. So they wanted to get a move on, and that's why I did the executive officer process this administrative approval. The City of Pleasanton is the lead agency under CEQA and finds that the project was exempt from further review under section 15061, subsection B, subsection 3, and staff independently concurs with those findings. So staff recommends for the commission to adopt the draft resolution approving the out-of-area service agreement as shown in attachment 4 of the staff report. And I will return the item to the chair to open the public hearing and receive any comments from the commission.
All right, thank you very much. Let's first, are there any comments at this time by any commissioners? Okay, if not, then I will entertain a motion to open the public hearing.
So
I'll
moved.
move.
Second.
Oh. Did you get that, Rachel? I heard several people at that point.
Commissioner Von Heater-Leopold with the motion and a second by Commissioner Wieskamp.
Thank you very much.
Roll
Roll call vote, please.
Chair Splendorio.
Yes.
And I don't know what happened to David. Commissioner Wieskamp,
Yes.
Commissioner Von Heater-Leopold,
Yes.
and what happened to David? Hopefully David will call in, but I would suggest to have commission discussion on the item.
Andrew, do we have enough to approval the opening of the public hearing?
Although you would need a motion for that. You don't have a quorum.
I hear sound.
Maybe that's Commissioner Halbert calling back.
Even if it happens right in the middle of the vote?
Let's see.
Well, let's just see if that's him.
It wasn't.
Okay. All right. So obviously we can't, the motion cannot carry at this moment. So let's, are there any comments by any of the commissioners? Hearing none, I do want to make one comment and congratulate and thank our executive officer and the City of Pleasanton. I note here that this, the letter you received was December, I think here the date I saw here.
I think it was I want to say it was December 8th.
Yes, and then got a out-of-area service agreement dated December 17th, and you have it on here for January 14th. I think that is incredible from both organizations, but incredibly great service to the public. Yeah. So thank you, and please, and I don't know if anybody from the City of Pleasanton is on, but when we get to that, to a public hearing, I hopefully they hear that. Thank them very much for moving so quickly on something that I'm sure that this landowner or this homeowner was very stressed out over what was happening.
I would be. Is it possible to move on to an item where we don't need a motion and come back to this?
Well, okay, so David says, I'm sorry I had to leave the meeting early. I believe you still have a quorum. No, we don't. We
I
don't.
try to reach him by phone.
Well, how about if I text Nate?
I'd hate for this process to stop here for that landowner's sake.
Well, agreed. But at least it can still be it can be approved again. It's for a temporary service, so they should be receiving services, and we can just make it permanent at the next meeting, if need be.
Can we get him on the call long enough to have him take a vote.
Okay. We want to be legal.
I'm also thinking, oh God, please help me, Andrew. If we can only get Halbert or Miley for a second, can we do a blanket on everything?
So, I mean, you could make some, I'm just looking at the items. You could make a mass motion of some kind to adopt all these items. If there are speakers who want to provide public comment,
Right.
they would have the right to do so.
Okay. So could I open the public hearing for, could I have open the public hearing for the remaining items requiring a public hearing on the agenda, take all the public comment, and then consider a motion to approve or whatever all those items? Is that possible?
But you don't have any other public hearing items. This
is it. Okay, great.
These two were noticed as public hearings. So.
Okay, great.
So a phone call will cover it.
But we still need a quorum in order to address the other items on the agenda, though.
Correct.
Okay, so we could do a couple of two motions basically.
Correct.
You got to corral one of them first.
Yeah, well.
Go for it, Splend.
I'm
kind of
trying.
curious, Rachel.
I'll tell him, can you call in for 3 minutes?
He's negotiating. I like it.
Commissioner Von Heater-Leopold, you're asking me a question.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious. You know, we've sort of been pushed by the state to consider most of these to be incorporated within the city limits. And how come we're doing these? I know one's an emergency.
Yeah.
But are we gonna back up every time somebody says they don't want to be part of a city?
I think that's something that we would have to discuss and amongst the commission and have a strategy and see how we want to move forward with processing these out of area service agreements. Do we want to just say no to them until they're annexed? And that is something that, you know, is under our authority. So I think we don't have a policy and budget committee now, but I think maybe between now and our next meeting, or at least our May meeting, to have a discussion on how we want to look at least, it doesn't have to be every unincorporated area, but target areas, maybe like Reman Tract and Fairview, to come up with a strategy so we can annex those.
Doesn't every one of them have to sign an agreement that they would vote yes?
They
move forward with incorporation.
Yes, they do. But
I think you can't turn somebody down in this circumstances.
We don't want to turn them down. The issue is the state LAFCO is pushing for us to make sure we don't do out of service agreements and that we force the whole area to be within the city limits.
Again, you've got to have the votes. I would not turn anybody down who's got a sewer issue.
You would have to have that one landowner who would want to, again, you'd have to have the votes, but you would have to have that one landowner who would want to submit either an annexation application for that whole area, which is possible, or for the city to present a proposal. And again, yes, for at least for Fairview, we aren't, here comes Commissioner Miley. Woo.
Oh. Grab him.
But for Fairview, we don't have a majority for those yes votes.
That's the problem.
Well, what we'll do is we'll step back. We'll seek a motion to open the public hearing, right? We'll just go back to where we started, Andrew?
I think that makes sense, yes.
Okay. Nate, are you there?
be there.
Somebody's there.
Commissioner Miley, can you hear us?
Now I can.
Okay. good.
Excellent,
I couldn't
excellent.
before.
All right. Rachel, would you like me to explain where we are or would you like to do it?
Commissioner Miley, I know everyone is a little pressed for time at this meeting, and we are reviewing now a permanent approval request for an out-of-area service agreement for 306 8 Vine with the City of Pleasanton. I did provide a staff report, and I recommended for the commission to move forward to adopt the draft resolution approving this out-of-area service agreement for an on-site septic system failure for wastewater services between this landowner and the City of Pleasanton. Right now, we are voting to open the public hearing, and we have a motion by Commissioner Von Heater-Leopold and then second by Commissioner Wieskamp, and I'm going to take roll on that. And I don't know, are we doing a sweeping motion right now on all?
No. Let's just do this one, then we'll do the next one will be the sweeping motion.
So right now I will go down the line. So Vice Chair Splendorio,
Yes.
Commissioner Wieskamp,
Yes.
Commissioner Von Heater-Leopold,
Yes.
and Commissioner Miley.
Yes.
Thank you. That passes.
All right. Do we have anyone from the public who wants to speak on this item?
I do not see a hand raised, Vice Chair.
Thank you very much. So I would like to have a motion to close the public hearing.
So moved.
Second.
All right. Roll call vote, please.
Vice Chair Splendorio,
Yes.
Commissioner Von Heater-Leopold,
Yes.
Commissioner Wieskamp,
Yes.
and Commissioner Miley.
Yes.
All right. Thank you very much. If there is no further questions or discussion, I would like to entertain a motion on this item.
So moved.
Second.
And to be clear, that's to move the staff recommendation.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. Roll call, please.
Vice Chair Splendorio,
Yes.
Commissioner Wieskamp,
Yes.
Commissioner Von Heater-Leopold,
Yes.
Commissioner Miley.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Nate, can you stay with us for another couple of minutes?
Yeah, we just finished a board briefing, so I'm here. I'm good.
Okay. All right. Okay. So we were concerned that we wouldn't commit to the agenda, and I want to acknowledge a comment in the chat from Larissa Sato of the City of Pleasanton. Thank you for participating. And again, please, if you can hear me, Larissa, please take back comments that we really appreciate how quickly the City of Pleasanton responded to this particular homeowner. It's a very exemplary what happened here. So item number 7, Rachel.
Thank you, Vice Chair. So Alameda LAFCO's work plan for the current fiscal year includes objectives to complete an MSR on fire protection and emergency services and update as necessary the related spheres of influence of the affected agencies. Now, staff recommends they plan on distributing a request for proposal this coming Monday, January 18th, and solicit proposals for consultant services to complete the MSR on fire protection and emergency services. The proposed selection process includes a review of written proposals using criteria outlined in the RFP, and a selection committee comprised of LAFCO staff and 2 commissioners is recommended to screen the written proposals, conduct interviews, and make recommendations in accordance with the timeline. The goal is to present a recommendation to the commission at the March 11th regular meeting, and adequate funding is included in the LAFCO budget to cover costs associated with the MSR and use of professional services. So staff requests the commission move with alternative action 1 and select or volunteer or nominate 2 commissioners to create an ad hoc committee and return to the commission with a recommended contract award at our March 11th regular meeting. Any interest?
Rachel, can I also mention that Dave Halbert is texting me that he's back. I don't know if he's in the waiting room or not.
Double check. Okay, he is back and he is allowed to talk.
Okay, well, I'm gonna leave it. Nate, since we have a quorum, we really
Hey
don't need.
guys, I'm here.
It's up to you whether you can cut Dave loose or not.
I can stay on, it's fine. Or Nate can leave, it's fine. I'm fine either way.
Okay, thank you very much, Dave. I appreciate it very much. Thank you, Nate. Okay, so we need some volunteers.
Gee, there's so
I
many.
volunteer Splend.
Nice try. The chair does not acknowledge Commissioner Halbert.
Is this something Ralph would be interested in?
Oh, then we're going to go down that road. The people
No,
that aren't
I
here.
just mean with his background, I thought it would be a logical one.
I agree. I would agree with that.
Okay. So we have Commissioner Johnson.
I'll take it on too.
All right.
Hey,
Thank you, Georgine. Okay. For the appointment, does this require a motion?
Does this require a motion, Andrew?
The motion would be required to establish your committee.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So let's see. Let's get down here to that staff report. Where are you?
A motion to create the ad hoc committee?
Yes, correct. I'm just looking.
Okay.
Maybe there isn't a staff report. Did I just go? Oh, there it is. Okay.
Oh my-
So it's select 2 commissioners to create an ad hoc selection committee and direct the selection committee to return to the commission with a recommended contract award at the March 11, 2021 regular meeting. How about if I make that motion?
Okay.
Second,
That's second by Halbert. And let's, any further discussion? All right, Rachel, roll call, please.
Commissioner Wieskamp,
Yes.
Commissioner Splendorio,
Yes.
Commissioner Von Heater Leopold,
Yes.
Commissioner Halbert, and
yes.
Commissioner Miley.
Yes.
The motion passes.
Thank you very much. Let's move on to agenda item number 8.
Thank you, Vice Chair. So for this, we have a proposed amendment to the current fiscal year study, or excuse me, the study schedule for 2019-2024 fiscal year. The item is for the commission to consider amendments to the adopted study schedule and to add 2 special studies for this fiscal year. The amendments follow the commission's current work plan for a review on agricultural policies and some out-of-area service agreements. The special projects are a study on the impacts of Measure D on agriculture and a LAFCO review of the South Livermore Valley Area Plan. And most of these 2 projects are kind of a follow-up from our very insightful and great presentation from the Livermore Valley Wine Growers Association by Carl Wente, chief winemaker and wine producer at Wente Vineyards. And I think LAFCO, it's time for LAFCO to review how this ballot measure and maybe a review on a specific plan on how we can, review and see how services are provided to that region. And if there are any improvements to look at ways that they can be serviced in a more efficient and effective manner. Now, the proposed amendments to the current study schedule appropriately account for the existing commitments established by Alameda LAFCO as part of this current fiscal year. But with respect to look and examination of LAFCO's agricultural policies. However, both amendments underway, they most likely will be prepared by the planning firm Lanphier Gregory. They are under our contract, but we will need to look in increasing some funding to support the proposed work, and this can be drawn from the commission's fund balance. A new contract extension with Lanphier Gregory and an outline of the appropriate funds needed for the special projects will be presented at the commission's next regular meeting. But right now, staff just ask and request for the commission to move forward with amending our study schedule to include these 2 special studies. And I will return the item to the chair.
Thank you very much, Rachel. Are there any questions or comments from the commissioners?
Yes.
Go ahead, Nate, and then Ann.
Yeah. Well, first of all, I can move the item and then speak to the motion.
Please do.
Okay, yeah, I'd like to move the item.
Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Thank you, Ann.
Yeah, I'm really, really happy that we're adding this to our study because there's been a lot of discussion and meetings that have taken place over the last few years around Measure D, particularly whether or not Measure D has done what it purported to do in terms of enhancing agriculture. Measure D clearly has preserved open space, but has it enhanced agriculture? And there's been a lot of consternation around that. And, the Board of Supervisors, we've been actually looking into potentially putting a ballot measure on for 2022 that would potentially look at an amendment to Measure D that would look at its ability to enhance agriculture. Because Measure D talks about preserving agriculture. And I know LAFCO has a role to play in agriculture and open space here in Alameda County. So I think a study by LAFCO would, and I don't know what the time frame would be for the study, but would really help the Board of Supervisors in our design of a potential ballot measure should we continue down that road. So I just really want to commend this action that's going to take place.
Thank you, Nate. Ann?
As someone who lives in Livermore and certainly appreciates all the effort, money, everything else that's been put into adding to the agricultural success in this area, there are roadblocks that were brought up when we had that special review at the last meeting. And I think we need to understand if we want agricultural success and for it to continue, what do we need to do? And I think it may mean that some changes are made and we just have to lay out what they are and why. So people have a good understanding that agriculture is good, open space is good, but you've got to have a balance there to make that agriculture work. And so I certainly support this.
Thank you. Does any other commissioner have any comments at this time?
Just want to make sure, Nate, you're been talking about alternative one.
Yes, thank you for clarifying, Georgine. I think that, okay.
So
Do we have any public comments, Rachel?
no, I do not see a hand raised at this time. So no. And I can go down the line, Vice Chair.
Sure, it's a roll call vote.
So Commissioner Wieskamp,
Yes.
Vice Chair Splendorio,
Yes.
Commissioner Von Heater Leopold,
Yes.
Commissioner Miley,
Yes.
and Commissioner Halbert.
Yes.
The motion.
Thank you very much. Let's move on to item number 9.
So basically, staff wants to recommend the commission proceed with the promotion of the vice chair, Commissioner Splendorio, to chair for the remainder of the term ending in May of this year. And then at that May meeting.
So moved.
Okay.
Well, you haven't told us what happened to the old guy.
So, former chair and commissioner Scott Haggerty, his seat is vacant now because he left his supervisor's seat on January 4th of this year. So now we have an open chair seat, and we have to fill that for the remainder of his term. And then at our May regular meeting, we will make permanent appointments for the commission officers.
All right, well, thank you, everybody. So let's, I think we had a motion and a second. I don't recall who did it.
I have a motion by Commissioner Halbert, and then I heard a second from Commissioner Von Heater Leopold.
Correct.
All right, so roll call vote, please.
So Vice Chair Splendorio,
Yes.
Commissioner Wieskamp,
Yes.
and we have Commissioner Von Heater Leopold,
Yes.
Commissioner Miley,
An emphatic yes.
Thank you, Nate.
Commissioner Halbert.
Yes.
Thank you. That motion passes.
Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you for the confidence. I promise that we will have more Zoom meetings.
Oh, God.
Okay, now item number 10, Rachel.
So are there any matters initiated by members of the commission?
Well, I'm not sure if Rachel's going to mention this, but she did meet with, I have an ag committee that meets to deal with issues in the unincorporated area of my district. And she met with our ag committee to talk about issues in the ag area and LAFCO's responsibility. And we're also inviting Rachel to come to an unincorporated services committee meeting. That's for the Board of Supervisors to talk, because people have requested information about community service districts. Yes. And so I just wanted to mention those two items.
Thank you, Commissioner.
And I do want to mention this, that I was on a call with the city of Pleasanton and the folks at Castlewood. So Nate, you may listen, pay attention to this one regarding a water connection from the city of Pleasanton, and they're having ongoing discussions. Apparently, it was a temporary connection from years ago, and the discussion is how to make it, if it can be made permanent, how to make it permanent. And I really encourage them to include LAFCO in the discussion, and include Rachel, however they proceed, in whatever direction they want to proceed. Okay.
Yeah, those discussions about that have been going on since I've been in office. But yeah, that'd be good.
All right, thank you. All right, Rachel, can we have your executive officer report?
Just one moment, Chair Splendorio. We have a member from the public, Kelly. She wanted to comment on item 9 of the chair appointments.
Sure.
Okay, so hold a second, Kelly.
I'm sorry if we did not realize that there would be any public comment on number 9.
Kelly, you are permitted to.
Hi, my name is Kelly Abreu. And I do have most emphatically, I do have a public comment on item number 9. Even on an interim basis, until March or May or whenever it is, the Board of LAFCO is a position of public trust, kind of like an elected public office. And the board chair should never, a board seat should never be exploited for private gain. But one of the public members had a private client who asked the city of Fremont in 2011 or so, when they were here on this commission, to do a formal study on expanding the city boundary into unincorporated Sunol. That would allow an unincorporated parcel, a large parcel, be subdivided for several units of additional housing. The city ultimately chose not to move the boundary. But that was not the end of it. On behalf of the same private client, paying client, the firm, the consulting firm or legal firm of the public member was retained to review and revise the county zoning rules in 2013 for microbreweries. This was 6 years before they were enacted. The main purpose was to support the construction of a large entertainment center with a 6 million gallon lake and a dam outside the South Livermore Valley area plan. On behalf of the same private client, the member lobbied in 2018 for passage of the microbrewery ordinance. The public member of the LAFCO Commission was getting paid for that lobbying work, by the way. So elected officials, they have a reputation to protect. Elected officials, they're ethically restricted from using their office for private gain. They're more accountable, elected officials, to the public than a private lobbyist or a consultant or some type of independent firm, a gun for hire. I think the chair of LAFCO is a powerful and sensitive position. And that's a position that approves boundary changes that could support the expansion of urban, commercial, or industrial development. they set the agenda up.
Kelly, thank you for your comment, and I just want to note that your time has expired.
All right, thank you very much for your comments, Mr. Abreu. And we've already passed on number 9. We have discussed number 10. I think we were in the middle of item number 11.
Yes, thank you, Chair. So just an update, Alameda LAFCO now, we have a new targeted hire date for the commission clerk position, and the targeted date is for April of this year. There was a miscommunication with the county on the original recruitment process, and now a new proposed deadline will be for April of this year. Also an update, Marin LAFCO, they will be unable to work with us and do a joint LAFCO workshop, sadly. That LAFCO Marin, they want to focus on a specific item issue, and that is shared services among their local agencies as a result of the ongoing pandemic. So I will be looking maybe for maybe Contra Costa LAFCO or another LAFCO within the Bay Area to see if we can do a joint workshop before the end of this fiscal year.
And that concludes your executive officer report.
Thank you, Chair.
All right, thank you. So item number 12, informational items. Rachel?
So just an update for the current and pending proposals. I just wanted to highlight that the City of Livermore submitted an application for the annexation of unincorporated land along North Livermore Avenue for the development of a fast food drive-through restaurant known as, that they refer to as the Chick-fil-A project. And then we also have a proposal submitted by the Oraloma Sanitary District. And this is an application to annex at least 62 acres of territory within the unincorporated area of Eden Township for wastewater services to support the development of residential housing. So most likely we'll see these two annexation applications at our March meeting for commission action. For item B, 12B, we have a progress report on work plan. Staff are still working with our consultants with QK to get that done, that MSR on wastewater, stormwater, flood control, and I think I said it all, services. And we are just trying to make sure we get all the comments in for our public draft. So I'm working really hard with the consultants so we can get that done for March. For 12C, we have an annual report from the Alameda County Vector Control Services District. They wanted to send their annual report to the commission, so I provided that here, and you can just get an overall look on what they're doing and what progress they've made throughout the year. We do have for 12D, item 12D, we have Cal LAFCO 2121 programs. 2021 program schedule, and you can view kind of what webinars Cal LAFCO has going on. I'm unsure what they're going to do for the annual conference, but I think they have it tentatively marked on the calendar, and just some other kind of like CASA meetings and things to be aware of in the legislative meeting. And for 12E, we have Commissioner Georgine von Heater-Leopold with a term ending on May of this year. So staff will be contacting the Special Districts Association and for that term.
Rachel, I know we started the recruitment of the alternate public member, but I don't recall seeing anything on the agenda for a while.
So I received one application at that time when it was first posted, and the former chair, we advised to take a halt on that and just repost it, but I haven't received anything since then. So right now I will work and repost it again, and hopefully we'll have applications in time for our March meeting to review.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Appreciate it. And there's a committee, right?
Yes, we do have.
Okay. And we have active members of that committee. I mean, I just don't know if one of the mayors was on it.
I served on it.
You're on it, Ann?
Yeah, I served on it. I knew we
Okay.
hadn't done anything for a while.
Yeah.
Is it advertised in all of the cities, particularly over here in the valley, where we're most likely going to find
Yeah.
somebody who wants to
Okay.
serve?
Well, I just want to make sure we have a committee that has more than Ann. I just don't remember who
Yeah,
else
well,
was on
I
it.
would like to have a fellow person, yes.
Yeah. Was it one of the mayors or was it Scott
It
or?
was the mayor of former mayor of Livermore.
Okay. All right. All right. Well,
Might see if he is interested in serving, or the mayor of Pleasanton, or Dublin.
I want to say, let me double check, but I believe it was Commissioner, it was definitely Commissioner Wieskamp and Commissioner John Marchand. So maybe we do need to move forward with the new appointment. And I would say Commissioner, our former chair, Scott Haggerty, was on that. So
Yes.
replacement of Commissioner Haggerty, I request it would be the current chair, but let me.
I don't think the public member, I know he can't vote on it, right?
So let me double check.
Correct.
But Andrew, can I be on the committee to review? That I don't remember.
I
He
think
was not, but Scott was definitely on it.
so. There's nothing in the policy that states that for the selection committee, just to review the applications, that it cannot be a public member, but to vote on the appointment, it would have to be a vote from one member of city and county and special district.
Right.
Well, I'm looking at the second bullet point on the top of page 4 of the bylaws.
Mm-hmm.
The commission chair will appoint an ad hoc public member selection committee consisting of a city member, a county member, and a special district member.
Okay, so can I do that now?
It's on the agenda.
No, it's not. That's the thing.
Can we make an item to, if it's a matter initiated by the commission?
So this.
Can I simply volunteer to be on that, to fill it out to the committee?
Well, thank you, David. Andrew, we're trying to find out if we can do that.
So is the committee going to meet in advance of the next regular meeting?
I guess I would imagine it depends on the applications, right?
You may have to wait on applications to
Yeah.
a month at least.
Yeah, I mean, it should be an agendized item to appoint.
Okay, well, and we don't have a mayor anyway, so we don't have any city member anyway, so we can't fill it out anyway. Okay, well, we gave it the try.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, Rachel. What's left? Anything? Adjournment?
Adjournment.
Okay. Do I need a motion or can I just gavel adjournment out?
Just gavel it.
All right. Unless anyone has any other comments, we are adjourned. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead, Nate.
Yeah, I just wanted to ask Rachel if she could give me a call real quickly after this meeting. I just need to ask her something.
Good job,
Public comment on this item. I don't know if anyone had any public comment.
Which one, Andrew?
This last item.
Oh, well, I mean, the informational. Are there any public comments for this item?
Double check. I don't see a public comment for that.
Looks like there's a hand raised. I'm not sure.
Yeah, you must be seeing that. I can't see that.
No, now it's gone.
Your hand, Nate.
That was a while ago. That was a while ago.
Okay.
Well, I think you have to click on it to turn the hand off.
Oh, okay.
We see a hand.
Okay. If we don't have any additional comments by anyone, the meeting is adjourned. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
You.
All right,
Thank
take care,
you.
everyone. Take care, everyone. And thank you.
Rachel.
Thanks for joining us to give us a quorum.
Yes, definitely.
Absolutely.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Thank you, please.
One more Zoom. Thank you very much for doing
Up.
that.
All right, bye-bye.